Officials have released the long-awaited autopsy results in the tragic death of missing college student Riley Strain, who disappeared after being kicked out of Luke Bryan's bar in Nashville, and several weeks later he was located in the Cumberland River nearby. It's been a heartbreaking tragedy. The parents have been very much trying to see the results of this autopsy report. Meanwhile, they're conducting their own investigation. They've brought on a private investigator who's also trying to learn more about just how Riley ended up in that nearby river after being kicked out of the bar. He was a very promising young man, had a very bright future ahead of him. So this was just a heartbreaking tragedy that captured the attention of so many Americans. So let's take a look here at what these findings reveal. And there are some interesting details here, as well as a cause of death ruling made in this report. Here's more. So this is a timeline of events from News Nation. They've done a really good job of covering this. And Riley first went missing back on March 8th in Nashville. He was kicked out of Luke Bryan's bar around 9:30 p.m. that night. It says for being overserved. Of course, the bar asserts that he really had only been served a couple of beverages at their establishment. We'll have more on that from the autopsy results here in just a moment. But several weeks later, he was spotted in the river by a worker at a nearby business in the Cumberland River there nearby. Now, the interesting thing is that really raised a lot of eyebrows with people who have paid attention to this case is when Riley was found weeks later, he was found without his boots on, which are difficult to be removed, as well as his wallet was found on the side of the river, tragically. So Riley disappears, being kicked out of the bar owned by the TC Restaurant Group operating the bar. The security team made the decision based on their conduct standards to escort him out. Strain was asked to leave, even though he had only been served one alcoholic drink and 2 waters at this establishment. And you can see here the surveillance footage has him walking down the road at 9:46 p.m. Surveillance footage from the downtown smoke and vape shop on Church Street shows Riley stumbling and falling in a parking lot at 3rd Avenue and Church Street, so he's struggling to get around. They then find him at 9:47, crossing 1st Avenue north to Gay Street, and then on 9:52, body cam footage shows him having a brief exchange with a Nashville police officer. According to police, no video of him was seen after that point. Then about 9:55 p.m., last known footage of Strain shows him approaching and walking under the James Robertson Parkway Bridge in that video. Strain's stepfather said it was not clear whether Strain had vomit on his shirt. Then at 10:15 p.m., his phone was pinged. It shows he was located in the opposite direction of the hotel near the James Robertson Parkway and Gay Street, detectives claim. The last phone conversation Strain had was with one of his friends, and it was also around this time. And then tragically, Riley Strain again being found weeks later in the Cumberland River. Such a heartbreaking tragedy for his family, who recently received his college degree on his behalf at the graduation ceremony. And they have been very much, and they continue to try to learn more through their own investigation about this. So here is that long-awaited autopsy report that does include a cause of death. Some very interesting information revealed here in this report. Here's more. So here are those results from Action News 5 local news report. It says Riley Strain's autopsy results released. It says a medical examiner has released the autopsy report for Missouri student Riley Strain. Of course, he went missing on March 8th, and it goes, the report concluded Strain died as a result of drowning and intoxication. His manner of death was deemed an accident. Now, what's interesting is, contrary to the previous reports, there were substances found in his system that maybe might explain how he ended up in such a tragic situation. It said the report says Riley Strain had a blood alcohol content of 0.228, which is nearly 3 times the legal limit to drive. So he was significantly intoxicated at the time of his passing. He also had Delta-9 THC in his system, per the report. So no major drugs, but definitely a significant amount of alcohol in his system. And it says his body was found on March 22nd, 8 miles downriver from where he was last seen in downtown Nashville, and still had on the black and white shirt he was wearing when he went missing, found after 2 weeks of extensive air, boat, and on foot in the metro area of Nashville. Now, the family will likely continue their investigation into this matter as well, but I think that the toxicology results, the autopsy results there, do paint a picture to an extent of the significant alcohol he had in his system at that time. It's just a heartbreaking tragedy. We're sending our thoughts and prayers out to Riley Strain's family during this difficult time. That's your latest update here from CountryCast. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for the latest news.